Welcome back to Switched to Linux. Well, I hope you guys are in the mood for some interesting news because, boy, has it been a weird week in the news. And my camera got moved there a little bit. Just trying to get that fixed up. There we are. It has been a weird week in the news, and the only thing I have to say that can possibly explain it is, Facebook? They're scaring me. We're gonna talk about why. So, greetings everybody. Sudo Linux, how is it going there? Do you want to say careful and safe, or do I want to get digging and get dirty? Well, I'd love to dig in and get dirty if I have time, but I just have too many other things going on. I need things to work. I have a nice balance. I have production computers, and I have this thing that if it goes to, runs off to Hades or something, then, you know, I'll fix it with something else. Boot into one of the other 16 other distros I have laying around that work. So I don't mind experimenting with that. But for the whole lot, I kind of learn things as an as-to-know basis. That's kind of why I put Lineage on this phone, is because, well, you know, I just didn't have the... I needed to do something that was a little different there. Let's see, Android. I don't know. I'd be a little careful if you can't get above Android 6, though. That's something. I don't know, though. Greetings, UK Beast. Come in, number 89. Your time has come. Techno Bismal. How's it going, sir? Okay, I saw that. Happy. I canceled Facebook account 2 years ago. I thought that said FBI. Oh, boy. All right, let's see. Wish Sony Xperia had supported ROMs. Yeah, bummer. That's why whenever I need new phones, I first research the phone I want, and then I scour, eBay, Craigslist, other places to find a copy of it. All right, Gotham Gaslight looks good for a R cartoon. Huh? Haven't heard about it. Oh, come on. Haven't even started yet, and the thing's already has too many comments for me. Copying music, which is step 1 on the list of things to get in the setup. It will take ages with all the music I have. Why don't you, do that last and set it up to do it overnight? That's a good way to do it. Hello, Kyrie Holmes. Greetings. UK Beast likes Vorbis Og with 6 quality. I stick with MP3, and the reason is it's compatible. It's supported by more things, and MP3 was... it was under a patent, but the patents have run out on it or whatever, and so I'd say I don't want to deal with having to fight with it, and the fact that I might want to go down and get a media player of some kind to replace the one in the kitchen or whatever. I don't want to have to mess with the fact if it does or doesn't work with OGG format, so I just stick with MP3 is what I do. Alright, 2 a.m. over there. Carbon Programmer, greetings there. The kitty cam. Meow. Right, kitty. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, good thing I do not use Facebook for my daily life. Yep. Someone told me today, life is cake. Dig in. It's going to be messy, but that's the part of life. Yep, there you go. What is Facebook up to this time? You're just going to have to wait. Kitty, is Facebook freaking you out?
Oh, yeah. Facebook's scary. And I think they're investing in Kleenex.
Ooh. All right. Let's see. Ivan quit Facebook. Good. Yeah. I have 2 or 3 people that I want to be able to reach out to on Facebook every now and again because they don't have reliable phone numbers or email addresses. I really wish I'd get reliable phone numbers and email addresses so I can get rid of Facebook entirely. Facebook is Big Brother with millions of eyes and ears. That's right. Anyone else buffering? Yeah. I don't know. Everything is good on my side. I'm pushing out about 4K per second, or 4M per second, I should say. Let's see. Where'd it go? Too bad I need Facebook for extracurricular. Yep, that's the thing. Churches, schools, everyone's, check on the Facebook account. No. They're missing 2 years worth of info on me. Nice. I look for FLAC format with my music, super clean audio. Cool. F-Droid is awesome. I'm monetized again. Yeah, well, it depends on the video. This one I'm pretty sure is going to get hit by flags. Just an FYI, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some flags. I don't know. Interceptor, hello there. Quit Facebook, never going back. I think Facebook is making an AI like Ex Machina. Yeah, probably. Facebook is like Big Brother from 1984. No, Facebook is Big Brother from 1984. I think the only thing worse is maybe Amazon. But at least Amazon has the telly screens. Let's change the saying. Big Brother's watching, the Facebook is collecting. There you go. Greetings, Cyphoid Process. Johnny L, the forums died. So, Tell others about Facebook privacy and they still use it. Microsoft is collecting. Yeah, I block Facebook on most of my computers. What, cat? You're going to click my mouse buttons. The cat's over here he's chilling over here. He wants to control the mice. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to control it all over here. Right, yeah, yes you are. You're going to control the news, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's jump over to my intro part. Kitty, stop. Kitty really wants to control the mouse today. All right. Stop, Kitty. Stop. Stop. All right. Come back up here. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do the intro over here. I'm going to throw comments on just for a second, just so I can save my place. Well, welcome back to the weekly news roundup. Oh boy, it's an interesting week in the news, or interesting news in this week. I don't know what it is anymore. I don't know, my whole brain just fried, because we're going to be talking about some crazy things. So on our list today, we're going to be doing a couple updates from stories we've covered in the past. Facebook? Yeah, we're going to be looking at Facebook's controversy this week. There is a new waging battle on encryption, as if we didn't know. I titled one called InfoWars. I chose not to use their logo. I don't want to get sued by Alex Jones guys. And then there's, of course, bad business. I picked out one article on security, and I had to find just one okay then article. So that and more coming up in the weekly news roundup. All right, so we'll do that. All right. Google is governmenting. Sometimes in your future, your own existence may depend on your Facebook account. That's the thing. And you know, it's like, if you don't have one, they'll be like, we don't know if we want to hire you. We think you must be lying. You must secretly have a Facebook account and you're just hiding it. Getting distracted. Gonna go finish this. All right, see you, man. Okay, it sucks employers are making you sign a policy that lets them access your Facebook, and you could be fired for posts even when you're not working. Actually, Stryker, in United States, let's see, access your Facebook, that is illegal, actually, in the United States, to force a person to give you your Facebook login. What they can do is they can force you to allow them to like you. They can friend you. They are not allowed to have access to your login. Facebook fought pretty hard against that, and they were successful. So in the United States, at least, it is not legal for your employer to ask for your Facebook login. They can friend you, but they can't ask for your login. You may be denied job or enrollment at university because of your Facebook account or not having one. Yep. Greetings, Mark W. Greetings, Anna Rita. Welcome. You're here in time for the news. Companies that want to see your Facebook are toxic. Yep. Employer, when they want to see your application for a job, then they search your social media before interviews. Yep. You're back. I might miss some stuff. All right. He's crazy. You can be denied a job because you don't have social media. Yep. FBI director. Unbreakable encryption is a huge, huge problem. Yeah, we're going to be covering that article. And again, criminals will always use custom encryption. Yep. All right. Yeah, let's just cripple all the law-abiding people. That sounds great. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over. First, we're going to be talking about updates. I got to build a nice update thing. That'd be fun. Something, something there for updates. All right, so we covered on, I think it was a tinfoil hat time last week. We covered this whole attack on the internet and the internet overlords. And Fort Collins voters voted and said, yes, we want municipal broadband. Of course, this caused Comcast and Verizon to have a hissy fit. They're like, oh my God, they're going to destroy us all. And then, everyone get your smallest violins in the world and play them for Comcast, who will lose $5 million, and their CEO will get, less bonus this year than any 50 employees' annual salaries. But But anyway, the people did overwhelmingly vote to pass this. Yeah, it's kind of made made Comcast and Verizon mad. But anyway, that's the thing. So that's the update number 1. Update number 2. We talked about this on a tinfoil hat time 2 weeks ago with this whole opioid epidemic. Well, a research article actually indicated that aspirin and Tylenol are actually not any more effective for pain than opioids. So pretty much these companies were addicting people to opioids, knowing how addictive it made them, and it really isn't any more effective. So here's the take-home message from this. If you or a loved one are in a hospital for some type of surgery or whatever else, you absolutely refuse any opioid-type medication. You only use those as an absolute last resort. Only absolute last resort. And if it comes down to that last resort, I'd rather suffer in pain than get addicted to fentanyl, okay? And so, but anyway, that's a nice research article came out. This was in JAMA, which is the Journal for American Medical Association. And so, good evidence that, yeah, this was all just a scam to sell a bunch of drugs to people who didn't need them. So, yeah, pharmaceutical companies, we're going to get out your violins as well for all you guys losing all your money from the stock markets crashing. Good. I hope you lose it all. We talked about this one on the news last week, but this is a following update. There are about 2,500 websites out there using those cryptocurrency mining systems. And so that's exciting news. You could be browsing the internet, and if you're browsing the internet and all of a sudden your computer fan kicks on and things are running a little bit slower, just close the website. It's probably mining Bitcoin. And then go ahead and block CoinHive in your host file. And what's the other one? Let me grab the other one. It is, you want CoinHive and you want Authmine, AUTHEDMINE. Block those two in your hosts file and you should be good to go against the Bitcoin miners, at least for now. So, this is just, people just being nice, mining all your stuff. And then, of course, we have the next update. We've covered this a few times. Of course, Walmart had their scary version. Amazon has their scary version. It is available now. These services now available. Amazon Key is out here. Customers and lawyers have a whole lot of questions. Professor asks, why would anyone give Amazon access to their home? The general consensus is, hey, put this type of device on a lockbox on the front of your house. Good plan. Give some stranger access to your house. Bad plan. And I'm just waiting to see if there's any conglomeration of horror stories that's going to show up anywhere, and see who's having problems with this and who's making it work. But this kind of gets down to one of those last articles we mentioned last week in the news. These companies are pushing all these types of things out, and they're not educating people on the potential dangers. And we have to be cognizant of the fact that there are dangers. There are bad dangers in these types of things. And we have to have a balanced knowledge in our society. So those are my updates. Ooh, let's jump over and have a look at what our comments have to say. And actually, the kitty's being cute again. And I need to take care of my tea real quick because my tea should just about be done seeping. All right. Yeah, so if there's any agents out there digging through my garbage, yes, this is tea. I'm not doing anything illegal here. Yeah. There we are. Let's see. We want fire. I'll give you some fire today. Kitty, can I have my mouse? Kitty, I want my mouse. What? All right, if an employer would ask me that, I would just get another job. Criminal encryption is more powerful than standard encryption. Closed my LinkedIn yesterday. Yeah, I closed my LinkedIn the day that they announced they were selling it to Microsoft. I said, LinkedIn is useless. Let's get rid of that junk. So I cannot get the job because I have not a Facebook. Yep. UK government is to force porn sites to introduce age filter via credit card. Yeah, I saw that too. That's an interesting little thing. Time for VPN, yep. If an employer ever asks me about Facebook account, I'm going to say I'm not 12 anymore. Touche, touche. Yeah, and all Facebook is anymore is just a bunch of crappy memes and other things like that. What's with the government's trying to censor everything? They want to censor everything except themselves. If you are 12 years old, you do not have to have a Facebook account. Mark W. That is what I tell anyone who asks me that. I can foresee Microsoft and Apple integrating censorship into their software. It's probably already there. You may not say that, Dave. Government fears the people, there is freedom. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. Amen to that. Can you do me a favor and not go on fire today because I ran out of fire extinguishers? I'll get you guys some fire. It's going to be interesting. Can you block Bitcoin miners? I think it does, but double check them. Double check that in the settings if it will or not. When you tell people I have no social media websites, they say, how do you keep in contact? I say, in person. That's right. That's right. Shatur, greetings. Thanks for that video today, Shatur. That was a pretty cool video. Yeah, apparently the narrative of Facebook shadow profiles is no longer fake news because slowly the mainstream media is trying to pick up on it. So yeah, I got a nice video in my inbox from that today. That was exciting. There's malware now that uses your system to resource Bitcoin. Yes. Actually, I talked about that last week. Carbon programmer. All right. I don't have a fire hydrant nearby either. Comes in heartless people. There are dangers, but everyone's excuses. I have nothing to hide. I think this is a horrible attribute. Yes. Yes. And it shows how much of a pushover you are. That is right. That is right. All right. I'm going to hold my comments there, and we're going to go right on into the top news of the day. Facebook, what are you doing today that's newsworthy? Facebook, what are you doing that's newsworthy? To prevent revenge porn, Facebook will look at user-submitted nude photos. Wait. We need to hear this from the mouth that spewed it forth. So let's go check out the Facebook newsroom page. Okay, the facts. Non-consensual intimate image pilot. That is the name. Now, this is being rolled out initially in Australia. It will be rolled out in United States, United Kingdom, and a few other places. And I have a sneaky conspiracy theory. Where's my hat? If I didn't have a cute cat on my lap right now, I would say that this is so that Facebook can become the largest purveyor of online pornography. Period. I've said it. That's what I think they're doing. Here's how this works. So, of course, the entire concept of revenge porn, you know, you're 15 years old, you're 16 years old, you're 17 years old, probably a juvenile. You know, maybe this happens with adults, but I don't know. I think adults might be, more of them are beyond this than otherwise. But the kids are like, you're the greatest person ever. Ooh, have sex with me. Ooh, take pictures of me. Ooh, we all have it. And then tomorrow, you're just a blah, 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 blah. And so now they've got all these new photos. Ha! Let's just show people how much of a bad person you are. Upload all the photos. You know, tag, look at this little one. Okay, so you get all this kind of stuff going on, and then of course now it's becoming a big problem with all this social media. Okay, I have a very simple solution to all this. We already have things. If you didn't watch the news last week, you know that iPhone now, if you take a picture with your iPhone of a person, a woman there, and it sees anything that's remotely close to cleavage, it catalogs that, and you can search on your phone for bra, and it will show you all the bra pics. Okay, we can do filtering to find nudity in photos and have a very simple solution. Call it censorship, call it what you want. No nude photos on our social media platforms. That solves the problem. But no, we don't want to do that. We can't censor speech. So here's what they're doing. To prevent people from uploading their wrong pornography, what they're going to do, to be clear, you can already report if their intimate images have been shared on the platform without your consent, and we will remove them and hash them to prevent future sharing. But with this new small pilot, gets so scary. With a new small pilot, we want to test an emergency option for people to provide a photo proactively to Facebook so it never gets shared in the first place. The program is completely voluntary. It's a protective measure that can help prevent a much worse scenario than the images shared more widely. We look forward to getting feedback and learning. Okay. So, It starts with Australians completing an online form to the e-Safety Commissioner's Office website, i.e. the government. So let's alert the government that I'm going to upload some porn photos to Facebook. Number 2, establish which images of concern, and so people will be asked to send their image to themselves on Messenger. So you go to Facebook on Messenger and you upload your porn to Facebook. The eSafety's office notifies us of the submission via their form. However, they do not have access to the actual image. No. That's reserved for specially trained representatives. How do you specially train a Facebook representative to look at people's porn? I mean, where do you go to school for that? So, anyway, the Facebook person, once we receive the notification, a specially trained representative from our community operations team reviews and hashes the image. Okay, note, they reviewed it. Would you like to have this job at Facebook? What do you do at Facebook? Oh, I sit in the room all day with a computer all alone by myself and look at people's user-submitted porn. They review it, then they hash the image, which creates a human unreadable numerical fingerprint, which, by the way, editing 1 pixel in that picture will change the hash, okay? And then we store the photo hash, not the photo, to prevent somebody from uploading it, which, by the way, once they review it, it is blurred, but it stays in the system until you go into your message and you delete it, okay? So they store the photo hash, not the photo, to prevent someone from uploading the photo in the future. If someone tries to upload the image to our platform, like all photos on Facebook, it is run through a database that hashes these, and if we match it, we do not allow the post to be shared. Again, a hash is a very simple code that you can do on any file that will determine what the file is. You can change the hash by changing a pixel of the image. Now, other people have said, well, it has to be more detailed than this, and maybe it is, but I hope it's more than just a simple hash. Okay, so they store the photo. They hash it, and if someone tries to upload it, it will block the photo. And then once we have the hash photo, we notify the person who submitted the report via the secure email they provided to the... Okay, guys, email is not secure. Just an FYI, email is not secure. The secure email they provided to the eSafety Commissioner's Office and ask them to delete the photo from the Messenger thread on their device. Once they delete the image from the thread, we will delete the image on our servers. Of course, who knows? It might end up in the backup because, you know, remember that Brian Lunduke closed his Facebook account and they said there's no way to determine if it's in the backup or not? Okay, this is the scary stuff we're looking at. And so, it's just... Okay, guys, this is from Facebook's news release, okay? This is not some other news story thing. This is from Facebook's news release. So, we have the situation where I'm going to upload the porn. Then I'm going to alert the government I'm uploading the porn, and I'm going to alert Facebook I'm uploading the porn. And then some guy, some sicko in Facebook's office has the job of looking at the porn all day long. Are they investing in Kleenex, too? I'm telling you, the fox is running the hen house, folks. The fox is running the hen house. Yeah. Fox is running the hen house. Of course, Facebook is teaming up with the government to do this. That's another take-home message. Now, I have some questions, and nowhere addresses this question. Where is revenge porn the biggest deal? Teenagers. You realize if you have a picture and you're a teenager and you upload a picture of a teenager, you are transmitting child pornography? So I have some fascinating questions. The guy at Facebook who sits there reviewing people's user-submitted porn all day long, can he not be busted for viewing child porn? what is the interplay here with, if they wanted to, could they pick somebody up for distributing child porn, for sending it to Facebook? Could Facebook be charged with possession of child porn for somebody uploading pornography of an underage person? These are questions that are not addressed anywhere. I've been scouring the internet all week. I've been scouring these posts all week. No one has addressed this issue that I have yet found. What does this mean for an underage person sharing their nude pictures with a big corporation that is global in scale? Why is this not receiving child pornography, which is a felony in most countries? Do they get a special pass because they're Facebook? Who are these people, these specially trained people? Who are they? How long is it going to be before we're finding that they've been sneaking in a little thumb drive and taking these pictures home with them at night? How long before these photos end up on the dark net? Because I got news for you. Once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. And I get what they're trying to do by trying to say, hey, we can't upload, you know, we're trying to preemptively stop stuff rather than having it get out there and report it. That's good. But this is 2017. We have computer algorithms that do about everything. Most of them are completely useless. But trust me, Pornhub did some stuff a few weeks back where they can now identify people, the actors in the thing. We can identify these acts. We can identify these body parts. Simply block it. And let the people cry out, censorship, censorship, censorship. If you want to share photos, share it some other place. That's the easy solution. Just block it. Block it from getting online. That's the thing that we would need to do. And this solution here of alerting the government you're going to upload pornography and then send it to Facebook, I'm sorry. The fox is running the hen house here, folks. The fox is running the hen house. I think this is a little bit of information there as well from the Office of the E-Safety Commissioner. So basically how you can do it, you can come over here. There's a form over here somewhere that allows you to submit that stuff. Yeah, let's have a look at some comments. Wow. Yeah, you can see my title now on Facebook. Oh boy, alright. I use the host file found when help 2002 and I block Facebook, Twitter, Ask.com, and cryptocurrency sites. What else do you block? What you do, Mark, get online and find one of the ad blocking scripts. If you look at some of my older videos, I have a tinfoil hat time somewhere, I don't know, July or August or something, where I actually identify the script that I actually use. Actually, I should be able to pull it up here real quick. Let me find it in my terminal here. Okay. Okay, so I go to this site here, and they have a really good script that you can import into your host file that blocks every bad site out there, all the ad tracking sites, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing for that. What tea do I drink? Right now I'm drinking some fancy blood orange variety tea. I don't know exactly what it is. I buy some fancy teas from the store, and this is one of those. Hi-oh for the character for fire. Alright. Oh, boy. I lost my place. Jeesh. Say that products that control your home are subject to hacking. It's never an absolute to be secure. Yep. VPN will not save you. It's just a mirage. So my teachers have a smart home, and they're aware of the risks. Wife says she loves it when you go on fire, but also said make sure you do not burn your chest hair. They are responsible to know what you're getting into. I'm in Australia. I'm sorry, flying cacti. You're in a weird place, man. And there were multiple videos online that show novice hackers being able to hack smart locks in seconds. Yep. Yeah. Kids submit pictures and Facebook gets hacked. Yep. 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 I'll keep... Just send them to me. Oh my God. Bra photos, laugh out loud. That's funny. Yeah, if you have iOS 10 or later and you have a lot of photos on your phone, type in bra in that search engine on pictures. It's going to show you all the pictures have bras in them. Special trained porn gourmets. I'm not going to read some of these out loud. General users mostly bother to read and treat them. Most don't care. I couldn't imagine anyone submitting photos like this. Well, but all the sheep are, well, Facebook wants your porn, all your porn. Hey, they were having a hard time figuring out other measurements to put into their system. Now they got another measurement. I mean, come on, they're collecting everything. No neural network models for validating not suitable for work images. Gotta admit that this life is a cake quote is pretty good. It's my favorite. Nice, yeah. Oh, okay, now I'm just cherry picking my apps and downloading them one by one. Yep, they're going to be teenagers stupid enough to upload their photos and ruin their own lives. That's right. That's right. All the government wants is for Facebook to benefit the economy. Yep. Illuminati, Facebook, CIA. China's AI can block nudity via AI. Good. Deploy it. Deploy it, you know? Boy. Wife says shut down Facebook ASP. This is just crossing the line. I agree. I agree. It's crossing the line. Atheists don't care what other people think or do as long as it doesn't harm other people. Yeah, and I think the xiphoid process that this could harm other people because, you know, I mean, remember we did the article a couple weeks back where Facebook pretty much admitted, yeah, we're pretty much going to get hacked any day now. We can't stay on top of all the attacks that we have against us. Someone's going to get through. Yeah, someone's going to get through and they'll be targeting this system. And then that's the problem is that now what they're doing and all the sheeple, meh, gonna upload it all, meh. You know, here's a tip. Just don't take those pictures and don't let other people take those pictures either. Host file has been updated since April 16. Oh, okay. Yep. Cool. Quizware done any live stream lately? I have no idea. I got set up all the apps. Facebook special team could be a bunch of chomos that just need to get away to get their fix. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Greetings, Ryan. Host file mine is one linking mining pages. Greetings, George. All right, let's get on to some news that's never mind. It's all scary. It's all scary. Yeah, we are using yet another tragedy to try and justify this. Now, this is interesting because I don't know if the articles I have here justify. Clarifies one key point. But now the Department of Justice, once again, strong encryption that we don't have access to is unreasonable. This idiot doesn't know what encryption is, okay? Because we need strong access that anybody on the street can't get access to. What do you, the INGSOC social party that you want access to everything that I have because you're Big Brother? No, you have the same responsibilities as the rest of us. And you know what took down Silk Road? I don't know if anybody saw, like there was a great story about Silk Road. It's on American Greed, and actually you can get it at view.hulu.com. Go there, go to American Greed, and watch the Silk Road takedown. You know how they took down this like super encrypted because they were having a hard time with that. They took it down with good old fashioned police work. They infiltrated a system. They figured out who he is. They, found a vulnerability in the system. They identified the IP address. And then they stalked the guy until they got a place where they could grab his computer before he shut it and encrypted it. You know, it's good old police work. Does a good job. They just getting too lazy. We want a back door because we're just stupid and we just think we need a back door. But here's the thing. So, of course, they've been using every one of these things, and I still have this prediction. Allegedly, the hard drive of the Las Vegas shooter is missing. I have a theory that it's going to show up somewhere. It's going to be encrypted, and now they're going to try and use that to put that final nail in the coffin of strong encryption. Okay? And of course, everything that comes up, they're just jumping up like, we need backdoors into encryption. It's just for the law enforcement. Yeah, you have a backdoor just for law enforcement. The hackers are going to have it before you even have it. Trust me. Ask anybody who has tried to work on DRM. This is the best DRM ever. Yeah, it only took us a day to hack. And so this guy is jumping out a whole lot more. Now, I'm not sure, like I said, I don't know if this article has it or not. It might have been the other article. But here's the deal. Right when this shooting happened, within a couple hours, Apple reached out and said, if you have the phone, reach out to us immediately and we will help you get it unlocked. They specifically timed this to be after the 48-hour period that if you are using the phone ID, the Touch ID on an iPhone, after 48 hours, you need to enter the password to log in. Why is it we only heard about this 48 hours after this event happened? Because they specifically, I believe they specifically waited until that. But Apple reached out to them within an hour of the attack and said, if you have the phone, we need to work on you now. But if they said if the 48 hours passes since it's been unlocked, we will not be able to help you, but contact us now. They tarried 2 more days. And so they're just using this as another thing, because if they had an iPhone, any modern iPhone, and the guy had Touch ID, they could have used his body, Touch ID'd in their way into the phone, and cleared out the passcode and had everything in it. They're using this situation, they are using this tragedy to try and wage war against something that we all as citizens need to have. Because everything is getting attacked. And the only option I have is to keep my data off of any online attached things, and that means it sits in home, and if I have a break-in, somebody can steal it. But if it's in my office encrypted, they can steal it, but they can't access it. We need strong encryption. And you know what? Good old-fashioned police work will do your deal for you, you know? Apple can give them what's in the guy's iCloud, which for the average person is pretty much everything. But they're just using this once again as a means to just kind of, we need to get away with encryption. We need to do away with this encryption stuff. It's hurting us. It's hurting us. And so, you know, this is scary. And of course, we have this guy here. His iPhones could reignite the FBI Apple feud over encryption. And, you know, they're just going to keep on doing this until they wear it down. Call me conspiracy theorist, but I mean, I don't believe that the government's perpetrating these things, but I think they're using them to try and cause their points to happen. And so, yeah, but if you look on through the things, I don't think I have the article here. Maybe I do. Let's see. After FBI said it was dealing with a phone it couldn't open, Apple reached out to the Bureau to learn whether the phone was an iPhone or not. FBI official responded late Tuesday saying it was an iPhone, but the agency was not asking anything of the company at that point. That's because the experts at the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia, are trying to determine if there are other methods such as cloud storage. Let's see. If the FBI and Apple had talked to each other in the first 2 days after the attack, it's possible the device might already be open. That time frame may have been critical because Apple's Touch ID, which uses fingerprint to unlock the device, stops working after 48 hours. It was immediately clear whether the gunman had activated Touch ID on his phone, but more than 80% of iPhone owners do use that feature. If the Bureau had consulted the company, Apple engineers would likely have been able to told the Bureau how to take steps to putting the dead gunman's finger to the phone, and if so, doing so would unlock it. It was unclear whether the FBI tried to use the dead man's finger to open the device in the first 2 days. In a statement, Apple said, our team immediately reached out to the FBI after learning from their press conference on Tuesday the investigators were trying to access the phone. We offered assistance and said we would expedite our response to any legal process they send us. Okay. In fact, I don't think this is the one, but Apple actually refuted the official statement from the FBI by saying that they reached out way sooner than a couple of days. And so there is our battle with encryption. Our battle with encryption is still waging war. They're using every tragic situation they possibly can as a means to try and battle that. So that's that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Facebook say they want hashes, not the photos. So why not create an app that uploads the hashes? That is what some people have suggested. But again, if all they're doing is storing hashes, you can change a hash by changing a pixel. You can crop off the bottom pixel of the picture and it'll change the hash entirely. I think a better approach is to use AI to screen for certain types of images, certain features in an image, and simply block the images without a human intervention. We have the tech to do that. And you can use catalogs of known pornography that exists in order to block it. So you have those options. Sinning is a way of life for me, and I love it. I'm sorry, Striker Wolf. You will love it until the end. All right, that's all right, though. Okay, it has been proven to cause addiction and depression. Yes, it has. Have you used a ThinkPad before it switched? Like specific, the IBM ThinkPads? I think I had one, like, years ago. I can't remember, though. This might be yet the strangest weekly news roundup ever. Yup, this will slowly turn into tinfoil hat. I might go get my hat by the time this episode's over. I very well might indeed. I very well might indeed. Drinking a lot of water is also bad for your health. You can even die. Encrypting an 8 terabyte disk takes 12 hours. Greetings, Anderson. How's Brazil doing? What they need is retirement from voters. Okay. Governments want backdoors, are either stupid or just want to weaken encryption so they can spy more people. Tom, maybe I'm old, but I think people nowadays do not want to work and want to get a check for nothing. Nothing, and their check must be 6 figures. Yeah, pretty much. That's the way it's been going. Geeks are the meaning of life and the universe of everything and of God. All right. Greetings, Haddock. Pretty interesting. Already. Yeah, you missed the best parts, though, Haddock. You missed the best parts. Or maybe the worst parts. Depends on your point of view. Do these DOJ morons know how computers and encryption work? No, they don't, and that's the problem. I'm against all forms of government backdoors and surveillance. Yep. Actually, I just saw something I didn't get included in the news, but EFF just sent me a few articles today about pretty much the library acts were carried on, but people felt they either had to go with 2 bad policies, and neither were good options. These monkeys that want us to do things which themselves do not do, but the average person must do. You know, I'm all for this government backdoor if they will stop having redacted and classified documents. You know, there's the compromise for the people. You want to get rid of our backdoors, government? Fine, no more classified documents. That means if I ask for something, you know, from the Government Freedom of Information Act, I better get a copy of it without black lines through it. And no, there's no more things. You better be doing press tours through Area 51. Don't be shooting anyone that gets close to the place on site. You want to hide your own secrets, but you don't want other people to hide theirs. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way, Mr. Government. I'm trying to resist dropping F-bombs and nasty curses. I appreciate that. Well, gonna go set up the HP computer. All right. Switch to check out the Bible called ERV. I think I've read some of it before. All right, next thing you'll do is ban Linux or use legal action against Linux to build backdoors into Linux as well. Yep. At that point in time, I very well might start using Deepin. Deepin. I will at that point in time start trusting Deepin more. Next thing, let's see. I have disabilities, so reading the Bible is hard, but ERV version makes it much easier to read. Awesome. Very good. Well, glad you found one that works for you. That is the most important thing. Looking forward to the world where the government law enforcement officials are deathly afraid of the citizens. Yeah, there you go. FBI can't be trusted. Look at James Comey. Yep. Linux is power. Yes, power users right here. I'm going to reread the Bible under ERV. Another one you could check out, Pseudo Linux, is NIRV, if you can find an old version of it. It's basically done in 3rd grade reading level. It's actually painfully annoying for me, but it's a faithful translation. Alright, there is annoying buzzing in the background. Let me try doing that. I don't know. Is anyone else hearing annoying buzzing in the background? Let me... Huh. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it on my stream previews. Huh. Oh well. Alright, this is why I like Apple. Though they price the devices way too high, they take security pretty seriously. Yeah, except Haddock Dev, you came in a little bit late. Go into your iPhone pictures and type in the word bra and see it will automatically categorize anybody wearing a bra that you've taken a picture of. Apple's scary too. Greetings, Johnny. How are you? Does ERV make it easier? Still have to read the Bible, but the length is keeping me. There's different translations I've processed about, and some of the word choices to use. Some of them are easy to read, like a King James Bible is fairly hard to read for a person in this modern age, but something like the ESV is pretty easy to read. So if you want to read it, pick a version that's easier to read and it'll go a little bit better. Or you can pick an extraordinarily absurd one like The Voice, and you can read the Bible as a screenplay. Because Apple doesn't want to share their stolen data. What was that link host file mine for? That is the host file, George, that I run on my computers across my network. It blocks all bad sites on the internet. It blocks all advertising sites on the internet that they know of. And so it does a very good job of blocking pretty much everything. So that's why I use it. Rather read the original, understand what people take from... Well, to read the original of the Xiphoid process, you have to understand Hebrew, Aramic, and Greek to read the original. The 1611, which the King James Version Bible was taken from, was not a very faithful translation. It was actually not a good translation at all. So if you really want to read it, you would need to read it in Greek for the New Testament and in Hebrew for the Old Testament. Of course, the original book of Matthew was written in Aramic, but it was translated pretty early into Greek. So Greek translation of the book of Matthew would be fairly faithful as well. Government just wants to collect data so they can use the data against citizens in the future. Absolutely, yep. Absolutely. Do you like the Defective by Design website? I haven't been there for a while, but I do like it. Snowden and Assange are heroes. I think I would agree, just like 1984. I would disagree. I would agree. I said I did not say disagree. I said just agree. It's impossible for the government to put a backdoor in Linux that's open source. They can try, but... I'm not hearing the buzzy noise. Okay, yes, the noise is coming back. Sounds like a computer data modem. Maybe I'm just being spied on. I don't know. Yeah, 11 and having trouble reading. Pseudo Linux, check out NIRV if you can find a copy. It stands for New International Readers Version. That's done in like a 3rd grade reading level, so you might be able to do better at that. Not the original, but the most readable original. Okay, xiphoid process. The one you'd want to read then is the NASB. The New American Standard Bible is a direct transliteration from the original language into English, and of course they changed the sentence structure and added the keywords that are missing from the originals. So that's the one that would be most faithful, because there's, in the Bible translation, you have dynamic equivalency, which is where you do a thought-for-thought translation, and you have a transliteration, which is where you do a word-for-word translation. Your NIV branch, ESV, NRVs, and things, those generally tend to be dynamic equivalencies. Your NASBs tend to be your transliterations. So you'd want one of those. It goes away when I hit the desk with my fist. Did it go away? All right, I know Apple's scary, but it's better than Android phones, which are not rootable and comes with pre-installed software. Actually, you just got to get the right phone, because this phone here runs Lineage OS, not a single Google service on it. That's not an open source Google service, I should say. So it's a complete open source phone. All network connections run through Tor, and all the apps are manually installed, checked against hashes, and some of them are compiled at source in Android Studio. So that's the better option than the Apple, in my opinion. I've shifted away from Apple. They've just done some scary things. And what is your favorite browser? I kind of prefer Firefox, but I'm getting leery of them, and it doesn't work as well. So I'm kind of browsing around at other browsers. All right, we're going to go ahead and put a pause on comments there. We're going to jump back over to the news articles. I don't know if this is good news or bad news. I'll let you guys decide. Al Franken here. Basically, this is an interesting one, because I can understand the dichotomy of both are both there. Let me check the noise again real quick. People are saying buzzing is back. I'm not hearing the buzzing. I mean, I'm not hearing the buzzing on my monitoring. All right. Anyway, so what this article here is about, this is an interesting one. It's kind of talking about how the social media companies, Google, the news companies have too much power and information control. So while on the one hand, they've been taking this strong stand against fake news, where, yeah, we're going to try and filter out things that are simply not true, the flip side of the coin is it adds too much potential for censoring things that they simply don't want out there, or things they simply disagree with. And that in and of itself is a major challenge. And so this article is about some congressmen questioning, are these guys getting too powerful? And what we need to do is make sure we have an open and even trade of information, because if all liberal groups are determining what fake news is, everything conservative is going to become fake news. And same thing if it's all conservative groups, and if the two groups can't agree on something, it might fall into fake news because they can't come into agreement on it. And that's a case of political bias influencing what's out there. But so on the one token, we want to have some degree of control, so we're not having object fake news all over. But on the other side of the coin, we have to make sure that in trying to censor out fake news, we're not actually going to break down the people who are legitimately doing like better real news that people just disagree with. And that's what seems to be happening, is too many of these companies. Just look at the demonetization stuff on YouTube. Do you think that Susan Wozniak's channel is ever going to get demonetized? No, she's got the special status, CEO status. This channel's safe from demonetization. But the rest of us, I mean, for crying out loud, they demonetized my Open Media Vault video. That's my latest video to get demonetized. They demonetized my Open Media Vault video. I mean, it's just like, that's really kind of stupid to demonetize that one. Like, what was the purpose of demonetizing that? There's like nothing. It's like, here's how to use a Linux system for a NAS drive. Okay, and what happens is, well, that's not censorship. It is censorship in a way, because if they demonetize all my videos and I'm not getting I'm not getting revenue off of them, and I can't, I basically have to choose between doing another video or sitting down and doing work for a while. There comes a point in time when sitting down and doing work for a while is probably going to be what I end up having to do. And so we have that challenge back and forth, and that's kind of that deal. But I don't know. I just think that some of these companies, I agree with these guys. These guys are getting too big and they have too much control over what's on there. And so we have to think of that in terms of data. And we're talking here about info wars, so information wars. And so we have to keep this balance. We have to be, I think the best thing we can do is be cognizant of ourselves. Before we share something on a social media platform or otherwise, we have to vet it and validate it to the best that we can. And that's the problem. Like when I'm doing news articles here, I try and get to the real source. I try and read through and understand the details. And you've heard me talk about some things that have been misnomers. In fact, we are going to get to one of those here in a couple minutes. I hope it's on here. Yeah, I have it. It's a couple articles away. But I want to battle some of the misinformations that are out there. But this is a hard topic for sure, but we have to make sure that if we're trying to fight fake news, it doesn't turn into censorship where the company doesn't want to hear. And that's something that's important. Now, the next one I have on the topic of InfoWars, this is an interesting article because basically there's a piracy site that is basically harvesting data. So I actually saw the guy who helped to create Wikipedia and the Creative Commons license. The guy behind that, of course, he was not a hacker as much, but like a social activist. He ended up killing himself because, he did something that was fairly stupid, not completely illegal, but, too close to the boundaries. And so they really started putting a lot of legal pressure on him. He ended up killing himself. I forget the gentleman's name. If somebody knows, throw it in the comments for sure. But this is an interesting thing that what he did is he went into, I think it was MIT, where they had access to the JSTOR archive. So if you're not familiar with JSTOR, and I was a geeky scientist guy, I have a doctorate and all this stuff, so I'm very familiar with research articles and things like this. And I'm also, though, very familiar with the politics that go inside of it, and that's why I'm not in that field. I hate the politics in there. You'll have four guys, only four major labs working on the same thing. Like our lab, we worked on the aryl hydrocarbon receptor, looking at dioxin and the cancer and the interplays surrounding that. Well, there were only like 3 or 4 labs that were big, and we all wanted to have the breakthrough. What is the endogenous stimuli for this receptor? That's the question. Everyone was in search of the endogenous compound. And whoever would break that first would probably have a step up. And so there's a lot of political pressure, who publishes, who doesn't publish, and all these kinds of things. So what this guy did is he set up an algorithm to basically batch download everything from JSTOR, and then he'd come by and pick it up. And then he was releasing all those articles because they were essentially all articles that were out of copyright. It's just that JSTOR had a way of distributing them in a manner that he couldn't get otherwise. So he wasn't breaking the law necessarily by sharing these articles, but he was getting around JSTOR's paywall is what the issue was. And he released all this information, and of course, shortly after his death, wouldn't you know, but a 14-year-old kid starts looking through and very interested in this cancer stuff. He put together a bunch of things from all this data that this guy released into the public, all information that was already out there in scientific information. He ended up emailing 5 or 6 different doctors who are specialists in this type of thing. All of them but one gave him a hint. Gave him I'm not responding to an email from a 14-year-old kid. That one guy said, I think you have something. Why don't you come to my lab? So this 14-year-old kid goes to the lab, and wouldn't you know it, they developed a new protocol for detecting and curing a cancer. All because this information, which was locked behind a paywall, was released into the public. So there's this pirate site that's grabbing all of this data from Sci-Hub, and basically they're pushing all this data out. Now, I have my own opinion about this. I think that in almost every one of these articles is funded by the National Institutes of Health or other similar government agencies. I think if any article has any part funding by the government, it should be a public open source article, period. because my tax dollars paid for that article. And I may not have the technical training to read it, but I want to be able to have the access to read it. Because if you give me a science journal article, I can read it. I am trained in reading that type of stuff. But I can't read a lot of those things because they're behind a paywall. And these are projects paid for by government funds. A project paid for by government funds should never be behind a paywall. Now, these guys have some businesses up, but here's what's going on is now the American Chemical Society, which I used to be a member of, the American Chemical Society here, they're suing these companies for infringing on their rights. Why do these people have rights to articles that were research articles funded with public dollars? Because they are. And they're stopping the spread of information. And these guys are nothing more than lobbyist groups. And that's kind of what the deal is. So I want to bring that up as kind of as a situation with this kind of stuff, and just to say that these are things we have to think about. We have to have this free open source type society and figure out how to profit, how to make money with the services that we have available without restricting information access necessarily. You know, like, my books are not locked by DRM, and I'd ask you not to share them out amongst everybody. That would be a violation of copyright to do so. But at the same token, I'm not going to restrict where you have the ability to read my books. I'm going to give you the access to read my books in any digital format that you want. And this kind of fights against that kind of stuff. And that's what we're trying to get across. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over to the comments again. Yeesh, got lots of them. All right, is there any appliance behind that door? Switch to Linux, the buzzing sound is gone. Like a Lappy's cooling fan. Behind that door? And now that's the alien spaceship behind me there. We want to build VoIP phone with a Raspberry Pi Zero. There you go. Most Android phones are rootable, are they not? It depends on where you get it from. A friend of mine has a Moto phone that is not rootable because he bought it from AT&T. If he bought it directly from Moto, it'd be rootable. If he bought it from AT&T, it's not. And so some of it depends on where you buy it from, and that's something else that you have to keep an eye on. NSA, the stupid NSA surveillance programs are the fault of stupid George W. Bush and the retarded SJW Special Snowflake Democratic Party. I'm not sure I'd blame a hardcore Republican and a hardcore Democratic Party at the same token. But I agree, and there's a lot of craziness in there. Firefox is getting irritating. I concur. Democratic Party and mainstream media advocated surveillance. Of course they advocated surveillance. It helps them sell stuff. The more surveillance they have, the more they can sell you. Current phone comes with bad built-in apps, but somebody on XDA built Torp and installed Magix on it. Cool. Yes, noise went away. Probably a bad cable. It could be the cable on the microphone. I'm not seeing any transient noise anywhere. I'm not hearing any when I do a look either, so Samsung software sucks, full of crapware. I concur. Someone who used to have a S5, I concur. I'm more libertarian than conservative. Yeah, I'm kind of I lean towards libertarian conservatism, but I try and listen to the points because I don't want to get so stuck in conservatism that I'm resistant to change. I don't want to be resistant to change, but I don't want to change for the sake of change. And I think that's the balance we need to do. What do I think of Brave browser? I think it sucks. The problem with Brave browser is they try to hijack the ads. They'll block ads, but then they'll replace, like if I have a website and I have ads on my website, they'll replace the ads on my website with ads from their network instead. And so, well, I've put together a site to possibly build some revenue by distributing ads. They can profit off of it instead of me profiting off of someone visiting the site. And that's hokey garbage. They need to stop that. So I do not advocate the Brave browser. Al Franken, generally a big douchebag. It's not buzzing, it's interference. Political parties are for bootlicking sheep. Both sides are so biased they're blind to the truth and result to childish tantrums. I agree. We need to abolish both parties. Abolish all parties. Google is almost becoming their own government. Yes, they are. Let's not forget about the special snowflakes who cry about their feelings getting hurt. They are the ones who mainly support censorship. Yeah, you know, those guys do irritate me. You can't see that offends me. Then turn off the radio. You know, turn off the radio. You hear about the thing going around. Apparently it was started on 4chan, where now people are going around and putting up signs going, "It's okay to be white." And now they're trying to say these are hate crimes. And of course, all these getting their feelings hurt people are going around, well, if I see these signs, I'm right, it's not okay to be white. No, that's where you've crossed the transgression to a hate crime. Because now you are judging me on the color of my skin. Hello? Fake facts don't care about feelings. Yep, I don't play with ads on my video just because I'd probably be a bit demonetization bugs. And legally still a minor. There you go. You hurt our fifis. You need to shut up and be censored. No free speech for you. Yeah, it's funny how they want free speech until it's you know, their free speech being censored. You know. Not InfoWarts, one of the most cancerous YouTube channels of all time. Yeah. I concur. I concur. Life is messy, but that's normal. Yeah, like, okay, Haddock Dev, this just makes me scratch my head. Why? I feel like Eli the computer guy right now. Why Google? Like, why school? Do you care what search engine I use? Why does your teacher care what search engine you use? Why? What's it matter? It's a search engine. Start page is better than DuckDuckGo. I use Start page merely because the results page on DuckDuckGo is a giant jumbled mess. It's horrible. I can't read any of it. It's just like just jumbled everywhere. Like if they added an appropriate style sheet, I use DuckDuckGo. But their style sheet sucks. They need to hire a UI UX developer and fix that stuff. Aaron Schwartz. Yes, that is his name. Aaron Schwartz. That is his name. There is a fabulous documentary about him online somewhere. You go check it out. I think it's by Anonymous. A very good documentary. Just set up forecast. Got my API key. Halfway done setting stuff up. You know, I got to get an API key for open weather maps because I'm still using the default and it doesn't update my weather properly. Teachers force you to Google. Better say something about that. Yeah. Yeah, that's xiphoid process. Excellent thing. Haddock Dev. Particularly if your parents agree with you on this stuff, have your parents go and talk to your teacher and say, no, he doesn't use Google because it's too big of a company and too big of a security and privacy risk. He wants to use this search engine. Google's a search engine. Is your teacher too incompetent to understand what a search engine is? This is a search engine. It's nothing else. Oh, I almost went on fire. Almost. What is the name of the Bible written in England where people were put to death if they ever read it? Well, it wasn't that there was a Bible. It was the people that would be put to death for translating it. It's because back at that time, the Catholic Church thought that only the clergy should have access to the scriptures. It was John Wycliffe, who only translated the New Testament. So you can find it. It's called the Wycliffe Bible. That's the one that he translated into English from the originals. And I don't know if he used the Latin Vulgate or if he actually used the original Greek. I don't remember. His brother created the first search engine way before Google and wanted it to be free for everyone. Yep. Forced to use Google by my school district. DuckDuckGo is blocked. Oh, God. Okay. Is Start Page blocked? Is IX Quick blocked? If all those are blocked, get yourself a little Raspberry Pi, build a VPN on your own home network, and see if you can't VPN out to your own home network. That's what I would do. Yes, I forgot. He did create Reddit and RSS, I think. Yep. Brave browser uses multiple search engines. Maybe that work in your school. Let's see. Oh, I'm in California. We're all screwed up here. Yep. Yep. Information should be free for all. Yep. You see, is it New York Times, I think, is trying to go to a paywall model? God. It's a young guy developed something against lung cancer or liver cancer. I believe with the information Schwartz downloaded from MIT that it was closed to public. Well, the thing is, it was behind a paywall, but universities have access. So if I actually wanted to get a science article, I can just go down the road here to Penn State main campus, and I don't think I can get on their network without a passcode, but I can go into one of the school computers, into like one of the computer labs, which should be open to the public. I should be able to log in there and grab anything off of JSTOR I want. That's essentially what he did. Is he got access to the computer network, and he put basically hid a computer in a janitorial closet somewhere, is what he did. I always buy unlocked phones. Yes, so do I. They say it's to comply with COPA. They need to read COPA. Same thing happened to me when I used DuckDuckGo. My school teacher said it was something bad. Guys, it is such a sad, sad world. Play this video for your teachers. Well, no, don't. I take that back. Don't. Maybe grab this clip and play this clip for your teacher. I wish people would learn more about things about tech. People now don't know much about privacy and security. There's only one person in my school that understands me. Yep. I heard white noise. Obama's to blame for destroying our privacy. Oh, no. Bush signed in that Patriot law. That's really what did it in first. Obama may have opened the coffin wide open, but Bush certainly had a way. Well, the Ethiopian Bible contains all text and unknown chapters. Nothing was taken out or added. No, actually, about all of it was added, John. The Ethiopian Bible was a forgery that contained a lot of various apocryphal texts and other things that were known not to be authentic, and that's why they were excluded from what is called the canon of the scriptures, which, if you want to hear more about that, I'll talk about it on the other channel. I don't want to take any time to divulge into that now. Bush who created the Patriot Act. Yep. No, I'm not hearing the noise. Apparently it's the space aliens, or I'm being monitored by somebody. I don't know. Who knows? People so ignorant about Linux and the alternatives, they think that anything other than Windows, Google, and Apple are shady. That's true. And that's they've done such a good job about it that they've managed to convince the world that operating systems like Linux is ugly and old and uses command lines. No, not really. Alien spaceship buzzing sound is gone. Yeah, I think they went to get a pizza, I think. I'm pretty sure the aliens went to get a pizza. You can root any phone, but most have a locked bootloader. Yep. Don't forget about the right of the unicorn people. I've been forgetting about the right of unicorn people. I remember the Unpatriotic Act and how George Bush wanted to ban books from libraries. He also wanted to spy on people. Yeah, there was an update to that. I didn't get a chance to read the article yet, but there's an update to that law that just came out today. Peppermint Official team commented on my quick video review. Yes, Peppermint Official will comment on your videos. They are awesome team over there. One of the good reasons I support them, and actually one of the reasons I use the video over there, I use that on my computer over Linux Lite or MX Linux, is because they really do watch videos and they will implement things that people talk about the videos. They're really good about it. They're also good about answering questions. I learned about National Socialists burning books to censor opposing opinions. Yep. Yep. And doing a quick peppermint review tomorrow. Cool. Peppermint rocks. It's white privilege that whites don't realize. Some parts of America, blacks will not get a mortgage in white-only area if they're earning 4 times the wage of a white equivalent. Okay, Chrome OS is an embarrassment when it comes to Linux distros. Hey, it's Gentoo. What do you want? I would yell at the school, but my parents aren't much of a techie. Got in trouble because I accidentally opened the terminal on my phone in school. You bad hacker, you. You must be up to bad stuff. Maybe I'd like to try Opera browser. I would not do Opera. Opera is very shady since they were bought by, I forget who bought them, but Opera is very shady these days. So sketchy how they block certain browsers. Is that good for the internet? No, it's not, and that's the problem. California's become nuttier state as time goes on. They already recognize a third gender in California might be punishable by jail time to misgender someone. Like, how do you know without talking to him? How do you know? And you know, I'm not going to walk around, which pronoun? Hi, my name's Tom. Which pronoun do you prefer I call you by? No. No. You want to be crazy, evolutionistic, and scientific? Fine, let's do it. What do you got? Let's do a DNA test on you and check your chromosomes. Let's do the DNA test. We're going to check your chromosomes. If you got XY, you're a man. If you got XX, you're a female. If you got anything else, we can allow you to be a third option. How's that sound? You want to deny God and go with science? Let's do it. Let's be serious. All right, we're going to pause right there. We're going to go back. Let's see. What is our next category? Oh, our next category is bad business. Oh, where's my corporatocracy banner? I need my corporatocracy banner for this one. Bad business right here. All right. So if you haven't followed this, Logitech's like, oh, that whole Harmony Links thing, we're just going to get rid of this. We're going to launch something new, and all those Harmony Link devices you have, they're just going to break. And then there was outcry. And so now they're like, okay, yeah, finally, we've listened, we're going to replace all that. This is a reason why you don't want to buy IoT connected devices. Because the company can just be like, we're closing the server. And you're out of luck. So that's all I really want to say about that. So be careful of IoT devices, and Logitech are being idiots. This one's exciting. So Las Vegas, was this yesterday or today? What is the date? So today, Las Vegas released the first completely autonomous self-driving bus that got in a car accident. Now, let's stop the spread of disinformation. It was not the bus's fault, or the shuttle's fault. It was not the fault of the shuttle, but it was a semi-truck backed into it. And so the question remains, okay, the thing sees a semi-truck backing up. Wouldn't you think it should be part of the core programming of this thing to program the horn in if you see a vehicle backing your way? And that's what happened. The semi backed up, hit the thing, didn't cause much damage or anything, but they're now coming out like, you know, the shuttle wasn't at fault, but it should have been able to avert it. People said that there was a ton of space behind the bus. The bus should have been able to back up to avoid the accident, based on the fact that there was nothing behind it. It should have deployed a horn. It didn't. And these are the things that we want to deploy on our streets in America. And these are the things that I have no idea why, but in the last couple of weeks, politicians have been like, yes, we want free roaming, completely level 4 autonomous cars all over our roads for tests. People. You used to hear that fun joke about, your friend just turned 16. Oh, I got 16, got your license. I'll be staying off the road. You remember her hearing that joke? Yeah. What happens with one of these stupid, perpetually internet-connected, fully autonomous cars gets hacked? Some hacker is going to take control of one of these things. They're going to go into a whole city. They're going to deploy a botnet. Each little IoT device is going to grab one of each car, and then all of a sudden, all at once, they're all just going to start driving 95 miles an hour down the road, aiming for the pedestrians, and good old-fashioned Midnight Club 2 of joy and glory. And so, yeah, first day of this bus was on the street in Las Vegas, fully autonomous bus, and yeah, car accident. Whoopsies. And so it did what it was supposed to do. That's a critical point. It was supposed to stand there while something backed into it. I don't know. Well, anyway, I covered enough fun stuff about robots taking over the world, particularly robots putting people out of work. Well, the actors were just, there was this big debate with the Actors Guild and voice actors, and of course, voice actors used for games. It's kind of neat to go through IMDb and see which of your favorite actors is also in video games, and maybe you'll play the video games to hear your voice actor. Yeah, Amazon's like, we got a robot that'll do that now. So now if you're a game developer, you can come over here and you can use this service from Amazon, and you can do text-to-speech with thousands of different voice variations. So you can now use a robot to do your video game voices instead of hiring a voice actor. So isn't this awesome? So now we have yet another technology that's going to put yet another group of people out of work. And no, I'm not gonna say that these actors make too much money anyway. I'm not gonna go there because frankly, most of them don't. Most of them don't. And but it's important, if you are building a game, you need to have some good voice simulation going to keep them storylines going along. And traditionally, you had to hire voice actors. No more. No more. Now we have the voice actors are coming in, and Amazon's going to be, replacing all that with a robot. So now you can do any type of text-to-speech with thousands of different voices for your video game enjoyment. So yeah, way to go, Amazon. You're going to destroy our job market even more. Let's get rid of those voice actors. Pretty soon, we're all just going to, all we're going to be able to do at some point in time is just sit down and just, I don't know. We want to, what are our job options going to be? When our population keeps increasing, technology keeps taking over everything, we're just going to have to say, you know what? Maybe we're getting to the point where a communist government may not be the worst thing of all. As long as you get rid of everybody at the top, all right, all the tech works, good. The tech's now owned by nobody. Nobody has any shareholders. Because what we don't need is a whole class of people on a universal... A lot of people ask me about universal basic income. We don't need a whole class of people on universal basic income and have a few fat cats at the very upper top that have all the money and all the control because they built the infrastructure that put our system, put our economy out of work. Because what is there now? We have robots to flip burgers. We have kiosks to take your orders. We have robots to go into things. We have, everything is becoming so automated in our world. What do we do? Now, voice actors are being replaced by robots. So that's exciting news. That's exciting news. College doesn't filter MAC addresses over Ethernet, so you can just plug right in. Now, that's the flip side of scary right there. Bring the cat. Bring the cat. There is the cat. All right, it's a misdemeanor to spread HIV in California. Yeah, it used to be. Well, okay, Carbon Programmer, we have to qualify this. It used to be a felony to not accidentally, knowingly have the HIV virus and engage in risky behavior that would pass that virus. That used to be a felony. It is now, thanks to the morons in charge of California, that I think once again the foxes are running the hen house over there. It is now a misdemeanor to knowingly and willingly infect somebody with HIV. It's a misdemeanor now. Yeah. People who criticize Linux are those cancerous gamer fanboys who can't do anything else on their PC but more games. Yep. I am insane that my school uses spyware to look at what you're doing on the computers. If I want to degrade my supposed education, I could do without my life being put on tape. There you go. Yeah, we don't need to put our life on tape. I'm loving FarronOS. Yeah, FarronOS is pretty cool. Can you read this live stream, the article on the law? Can you read this? Read on this live stream the article on the law. Which law are you looking at? Aaron was right, though. They're still scanning books in libraries, removing them from shelves and locking them behind a paywall. Yep. Yep. It's no propaganda by the Catholic Church because it contained a lot of chapters about women. No, actually, I don't take any of my information from the Catholic Church. I think the Catholic Church is about as corrupted as they come. John, there is a whole lot about the canonical studies. Maybe I'll do an entire video on the other channel about that. Like I said, I'm not going to get into that here. But no, it is not propaganda by the church. The Catholic Church itself is very corrupt. I really don't take any cues from them. But I happen to know what goes into the canonicity, what causes a book to be included, what causes a book to be excluded. It goes back into histories, it goes back into origins, and a lot of other things. Now, the Ethiopian stuff was, it was, in and of itself, it was propaganda, is what it was. Which browsers are good to use these days? I still use Firefox, and I use Chromium. I think this computer behind me also runs Midori for one or two applications. But pretty much I stick with Firefox and Chromium for the most part. Where's the fire? I don't know. I'll have to I don't know. I don't know. Do I have a good article coming up I can go on fire with? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I missed my fire moment. Falcon for web browser. I keep using Firefox as they screw everything up. Yeah. I haven't gotten around to trying it as of yet. There's an open source spin of Firefox called WaterFox. Yeah, WaterFox is one to look into as well. I haven't used it myself much though. So sometimes I criticize others for being ignorant. I will criticize others for ignorance no matter how rude it is. Yep. See you later, Haddock. Oh, by the way, Haddock, I'm doing tinfoil hat times on Saturdays now. Cares about China. It's America. It's America, China, whoever's spying. I don't know how they managed to overcome my network. Block me on Opera. How is this done? Can I make Chrome do the same? The hardcore gamer, to me, gaming is not any productive thing instead of fun. It's not the whole computing thing. Yeah, I mean, if I were a true hardcore gamer, I wouldn't mind having a Windows computer around for the gaming aspect, but I wouldn't do anything else on it. Self-driving vehicles are a perfect way to execute people and make it look like an accident. Yeah, I can't wait for those conspiracies to come out. There you go. Sometimes just stop caring about manners or feelings and being honest. Yeah. I will call others too sensitive. Kitty, kitty, you're being watched. Yeah, you're being watched. Yes, you are. Yep. So literally the Windump gamers that bash Linux because they can't play their games on it. What's up, political monkey? How's it going there? I'm not saying it won't happen this time, but this time was a fail. Sometimes people are so in their head I cannot even rationalize with them. Sometimes they are people in authority. Yep. Well, that's why gaming isn't the only thing of computing, nor even the most important one. Yep. Automated cars will be like snipers, targeting every person across the road when a hacker takes control of them. Yep. Yep, indeed. Robots are cool. They need to be used for useful stuff. Heavy, dangerous work, not voice acting. People in authority are worse to deal with because they can use their power against you. Yep. Oh, your uncle's a voice actor. What's his thoughts on that? That's curious to find out. What are his thoughts? Yes, you can come up. Kitty's going to come up here now. There you go. Put you on camera for people. All right. Just teething problems with the bus. I heard a guy drove into the back of it anyway. I believe that what I read is somebody backed into it from in front of it. The concern is that the bus didn't activate a horn or back up. That was kind of the concern about it. Mark Zuckerberg is totally for universal basic income. I'm sure he's for total universal basic income. He wants to have everyone else on universal basic income while he sits as a fat cat on top of society with all the money. Fully automated luxury communism when everything is automated. Playing Horizon Zero Dawn. That will be the future. Alright. I remember one of my teachers calling the administrators at schools idiots. He was right. Robots taking crappy jobs will help us improve.
Meow.
Anyway, electric cars is going to be the future. Thank God. I think Mitsubishi must have invented battery that charges fully in 6 minutes. Yeah, there was an old conspiracy theory back when I was in high school that we had all of the technology we needed for fully electric cars, but the oil companies bought up all the plans and destroyed them. I'm not sure if there was any truth to that or not, but it'd be interesting to look into, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. Too long corporations make all the money and pay workers crap. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the problem, is that another thing that we could do to clean up the country quite a bit is to make sure that a CEO doesn't make any more than 10 times more the wage of his lowest worker. Because it's like all these companies are like, we're losing all this money, all this money, all this money. Yeah, but you're putting billions into your CEOs and you're paying your frontline employees $10. No wonder they don't care about their job. Teachers write about much of the population being idiots. Pope said, Jesus Christ's sacrifice on the cross was a failure. Catholic Church has no respect for me. Yeah. Yeah. People have been brainwashed by the mainstream media. Yes, they have. The first robot suicide. A robot went into a fountain. Yeah, I covered that article when it first came out. Yeah, robotic suicide. Haven't used WaterFox either. Look into it as well. Using WaterFox right now. I like it. A game. All right, sudo Linux's phone's all set up. Let's see. You didn't give me an answer on blocking, and I'm running through the Cilia network, and my network blocks me because I'm pay-as-you-go. The only browser that comes with this is Opera. How do I do this? It is very possible because Opera might have I think Opera does have a built-in VPN into it. That might be part of it, but I really don't know. Without seeing what the issue is, I really can't comment about it. Yes, theory about killing electric car. GM had a good car and took it back from its owner to destroy it. Drop regulations on small business and the corporations would be able to keep up so well. I love Android. Marshmallow works better than KitKat. Yeah, but you should really go into a more up-to-date one than that. That's the problem. What, kitty? What? What? No. What? Kitty? All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I think I have 3 articles. I have I have 3 articles here, but I only have 2 more on my list. So, I think this one here I didn't really want to chat about too much. Just a question. We all kind of knew this. It's time to stop trusting Google search already. Well, thank you, Verge. You just realized this. So basically, what they're saying is that Google search for the Texas shooting showed up, you know, a false shooter early on, and, you know, because of this, we need to stop trusting Google so much. Yeah, we all knew that. Okay, anyway, let's skip the rest of that one. This is neat. So we all know we should all be using antivirus, right? I mean, we all need to be using antivirus, particularly those of us on Windows computers, except when this little bug in this antivirus allows a file in quarantine to escalate permissions and reinstall itself anywhere on the computer. Yes, you heard that right. So this is, they're calling this the AV Gator. So what happens is when an antivirus program detects it detects the system, detects the bad code. Let me see if I thought I had a better picture. Here, this is what I was looking for. So here's the summary. A malicious file gets in the computer. Antivirus says we need to move this to quarantine. Okay, so inside the quarantine, now this hack, it can access the core. Once it gets in a quarantine, then the virus activates itself to take advantage of the root privilege of the antivirus and go back, ping the restore file option, and restore it back to any location it wants. So it's a way for this virus to ping itself, bypassing the administrator passcode prompts, and reinstall itself onto the administrator folders. So what and who was affected? So if you are using one of these, make sure you are updating it. The update has already been fixed for most of these. There are still a few smaller companies out there that have not fixed it yet, but if you are using one of these antivirus systems on a Windows computer, first, shame on you. Why are you using Windows? This is switch to Linux. But regardless, if you are using antivirus anywhere, make sure that you are updating it to get rid of this bug. So that's kind of exciting. Are we ready for an okay then article? Are we ready for an okay then article? You know what? I'm going to do comments before the okay then article. That's right. Then we're going to go back and we're going to do the okay then article, and we're going to wrap this guy up. See, sudo Linux. Cat actually likes being pet. Yes, he does. He is a lap cat if ever there were a lap cat. Look at this guy. All right. Let's see. Robotic suicide reminds me of Suicide Booth off Futurama. Nougat is good for Android. Okay, I have technology for electric cars in Uummm University from Mexico. There's a light turned on about 3 years without recharging. Nothing. That's cool. So my teachers are communist, collectivist, authoritarian because they enforce collective punishment. Yep. I'm a gamer also. Love to DJ, have to deal with it on Windows and thinking about switching to Linux. Okay, gamer, and I'd love to DJ. I have a Dell with Windows on it, thinking about switching to Linux. Depending on what software you need for DJing, there's just tons of software out there. And I try and tell people I'd use Linux before anything else for video, like audio stuff, regardless, because like the old misnomer of using a Mac. You know, that's because the system on a Mac was very much like a Unix. Well, that's what Linux is. In fact, Mac OS X is quite a bit different than it was back when Macs were really good for that. Linux is still the best in those. And there's so many good free open source applications, but there's also a lot of paid applications for Linux as well. One you could look into is Ubuntu Studio because it is specifically built for new Linux users and content creation of various types. The downside is with the games, some games will play on Linux through Play on Linux or Wine. So, some of them will not. You just have to see what the individual games are, but you can check out Wine HQ. I think it's winehq.com or winehq.org or something to get a list of any programs that work well with Wine. So that's what you should do. And then if you don't have any other gripes and you're used to Windows, I'd use Linux Mint Cinnamon because it's very user-friendly out of the box. It's set up very much like Windows. You'd feel right at home in it. So that's what I would say, Matthew. I can play PC games these days because RTS games are pretty time killer. Yep. She Ford made electric car. Don't know exactly what time. Huh. Verge equals Captain Obvious. Yep. School's dean seems like a collectivist authoritarian. Yeah. Well, there's another vote for Ubuntu Studio. She was good RTS. They get me frustrated. Tom, why would one have the latest Android OS? Why should one have the latest Android OS? Because my Android tablet has KitKat, but does not go online, as everything I put there is manual. Okay, yeah, if it's not online at all, use whatever you want. If it's going online, you want to take advantage of some of the security patches, but even then, you know, weigh the risks. My tablet runs KitKat, but I can't even update it if I wanted to. So, you know, I'm kind of stuck on KitKat, and it does go on the internet, but it's generally okay. Just got to be a little bit more careful with it. But if you're doing everything manually, it's not a big deal. Individualism and freedom are slowly being destroyed. Yep. I know why people use antivirus if they work only 20-30% max as protection. Yep. They block me because it's underage policy, and I will not give them my bank details. Oh, well, that'll do it. All right, see you, Mark. There's several other distros out there. Go for Ubuntu Studio. And there's another vote for Ubuntu Studio. Forced to use Microsoft stuff for school. I'm sorry. Oh, Mix. Use that for DJing. Kyrie Holmes, do you do DJing? If you do, I have friends that are into DJing, and I'm trying to get them to recognize the power of Linux. Shoot me some info. I'd love to pass some over to them. All right. Running 2 OSs, Ubuntu Studio and FairOS. Cool. I've used Uummm. Lutris is much better than Play on Linux. Oh, is it? Okay. I've not heard of Lutris, but I really don't have much desire to run many Windows programs. Opera have VPN built in. By enabling Opera Turbo, it gets disabled. Okay. It's out of topic, but do you think your brother could sell me an old computer and send it to Mexico? Here in Mexico, it's a bit expensive, even old hardware. Probably not. I think he's only down to 1 computer, and he just buys them if they break. I just happen to fix and I know how to fix and repair computers, and so I just took the broken one and fixed it up. Actually, Windows Defender is not that good. Yeah, I concur. Your cat should go on to become a cat model. I know, he should. He's such a proud kitty, right? You're a good kitty? You're a good kitty? Are you? Are you cute? Yeah, you're cute? Are you cute? Yeah? Alright. See him play with something, and I'll give him a pen to play with. There you go. There's a pen to play with. Want something else? What? Alright, I've converted many Windows users to GNU Linux. Awesome. Windows Defender is like trying to stop a bullet with a piece of cardboard. Zorn OS got a nice bit of DJ software. Alright. Using Arvia, the least annoying scanner. Arvia might be the one that's not patched yet, by the way. Wife picked up your cat and said, why can you be like the kitty on the TV screen? I don't know. My other one's Psycho. This one's just a weird mutant. We're pretty convinced he's a space alien in disguise, aren't you? You're a space alien? Yeah, you're a space alien? All right. He's a space alien. All right. Are we ready for our okay then article of the day? Just in case you needed it, here is now an iPhone app. I know, this is for iPhone. I'm sorry, Android users. But if you need to figure out where is the nearest McDonald's with a working ice cream machine, here you go. I'm out of words. Finally, a way to find working McDonald's ice cream machines right from your phone. Ice Check will tell you if your machines are up or down in real time using crowdsourced info and input from participating locations. As seen on NBC, Playboy, aka Facebook, I don't know, Food Beast, Cooking Panda, and DCNO. No login required. Just let the GPS locator lead you to the nearest cone. Oh, that just sounds exciting. Oh, so here we go. We got some pictures of the map, and oh, here you go. Ice cream machine status is on. Oh, we can get some store promotionals. Let's see what other pictures we got. Oh, God. Oh, God. Entire Consoles app is great. Just wish more people used it, as the closest location with me with updates is a few cities away. Love the Consoles app. I wish just my town had a list of McDonald's because they seem to always be down. Closest one to... I didn't realize this was such a big deal, not finding a working McDonald's in your town. I mean, am I missing something? No idea where the location displays. No Facebook integration for your login. Well, that's fortunate. I mean, come on. I want to submit my porn from my McDonald's app. Come on. Just, I mean, really. Okay, I got to know what this Coca-Cola freestyle is. I mean, do they have permissions? Compatibility requires iOS 10 or later. Compatible with iPhone, iPod, Touch. Let's see more. Features real-time updates, unlocking money-saving deals from participating locations. Bookmark your favorite locations. Turn-by-turn directions to each location, and easily share your results with your friends. You know, the one thing I really wish that Apple did a better job of on these is showing me what permissions they are required, because I'm a little leery about any app that has a GPS perpetually on and is interfacing with maps and stuff like that. This is just kind of creepy. Let's have a look at this. It gives you freedom to discover and create your own drink mixes in the palm of your hand. This is what it's come to, people. This is what it's come to. So what, does this thing like interface with those machines that you see in the stores? Yeah, okay then. Okay then, people. Our world's gonna end. Kitty, are you ready for the end of the world? The end is nigh, buddy. The end is nigh. Oh, lack of secure in Windows is so sad. It's really spyware, hence having third-party verified programs to stop the data sharing. Yep. Take my money. I want ice now. I live near 3 McDonald's here in Auckland, New Zealand. Can you have your cat on that diet cat food advert before and after? Kitty, they want you to lose half of you. I don't want to lose half my kitty. Sorry, but it's 20 degrees here and no ice cream needed. Yep. Hey, you know what? I make my own ice cream. Actually, I made a tin roof sundae ice cream today. So it's vanilla ice cream. You mix in homemade chocolate syrup and peanuts. Really good ice cream. So that's what I had today. App records your calls. Does it? Really? Oh, you bet the app records your calls. I would not be surprised. You stopped going to McDonald's since I fell for their last monopoly marketing. Do I have to fill in my personal data? I don't care. I just want Mickey D's. That's right. I know the McDonald's app does. You sign away your life for that stupid app. All to get 99-cent cheeseburgers, which newsflash, they're already 99 cents. Yes, I DJ, but don't have a car. I've also DJ'd recently using Mix, and oh boy, it's awesome. DJing with Ubuntu Mate on an old IBM Think Center. Sweet. Stop going to major fast food chains to go to local burger joints because the food's better and they like to support the community. Yep. The McDonald's every 10 miles here, if not closer. Yep. Check out the PC Security channel on YouTube. Cool. Tinfoil ice hat. Tinfoil hat ice. There you go. Who doesn't know its own neighborhood and every place visited regularly? That's the thing, I mean, maybe if you're visiting somewhere, you could use it to track down locations in a visiting city, but I don't know. The first DJ to use an obsolete computer with a modern OS. It did a video about it. Cool. That's pretty sweet. I'll have to check your channel out there. All right, well, I've hit the bottom of my comments. I've hit the bottom of my news, and my brain is sufficiently fried. Kitty, how are you doing? You want to end this in some kitty treats, do you? We'll go ahead and end this guy in some kitty treats. Whoa. Oh, kitty treats. Oh, smell in there. Smell in there. Smell in there. What do you think? Smell in there? Hmm? No, here, right here. There you go. And let's go with... Oh. Number 2's right here. Number 2's right... Whoop, there it is. I dropped number 2. Here you go. Number 3's right here. Yeah. Alright, see you guys later. Tinfoil hat time tomorrow, allegedly. Allegedly. We're going to be talking about printing out stuff for the NSA. See you tomorrow.